app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job,
not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters?
or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
Nebraska State Veterans Homes are here to serve veterans, their spouses, surviving spouses, and Gold Star parents. Join your fellow veterans and their families at one of our homes in Bellevue, Kearney, Norfolk, or Scottsbluff. With a sliding scale to determine your financial contribution, an excellent clinical team, and plenty of fun activities, our homes are the perfect retirement choice. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/homes. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station. Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you familiar with everything the Lincoln Children's Museum offers? Camps, field trips, and game day playdates are just a few of the extraordinary programs provided by the Lincoln Children's Museum. When you spend a day with your family at the Lincoln Children's Museum, your child's mind can explore while enjoying the many interactive exhibits they have, while keeping admission prices extremely affordable. Stop by the Lincoln Children's Museum today in downtown Lincoln, or visit them online for more information at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
All right, welcome in to The Breeze. I am Harrison Arns of the ones and twos. As always, we got DP, the man, the boss man, streaming in. Haas Tabrizi should be joining us shortly. You guys are welcome to join in. 402-464-5685. We are live on the brick and mortar as things wrapped up between the Falcons and Colts across the pond there. But nonetheless, we got DP streaming in, like I said, and he was out there in Pasadena. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and bring him in here. DP, how's it going, and how was that trip to California?
An ongoing trip to California. Decided to stay in town to catch the Steelers and Chargers tonight at SoFi, right down the street. So thought opportunity here. Of course, there's some family and friends that are out here, so it's an opportunity to kind of take the chance when folks are in the same place to do that sort of thing. But a hotel filled. Even this morning's breakfast looked like Lincoln, Nebraska. Looked like downtown Lincoln, Nebraska. A lot of our listeners. Yeah, a lot of our listeners were there this morning to shout from the rooftop and cheer in the endless and countless number of Go Big Red chants.
Yeah, and they made a phenomenal decision, DP. This hat is not only to cover my hair, it's also freezing. I mean, we had a little bit of flurries this morning in Lincoln, Nebraska. Winter's officially here. So for everyone who made it down there to the Rose Bowl, shout out to you. You made a great decision. Nebraska gets a win. They have 7 wins. It is a November win. That is the second November win for Matt Roll at the University of Nebraska. So making progress there. And then, of course, it was just a really awesome atmosphere. I didn't realize that was the attendance record for this season as well for UCLA, and it just goes out to show how well Nebraska travels.
Yeah, the energy in the building was palpable. It was really cool to. There was a moment where they played Thunderstruck. Of course, Husker fans took the exact opportunity to party like it was Lincoln, Nebraska.
What was the UCLA board op doing in that decision? That had to have been a conversation. Listen, you can't play Thunderstruck when the Huskers are in town.
Well, I mean, I thought it was almost a tribute. There was a moment, and I wish I had captured it. I'm pretty sure it shows up on social media somewhere. But there was a moment pregame where the UCLA band played Hail Varsity for the Huskers in the building. I mean, they were at midfield. They played Hail Varsity, and you could have closed your eyes and thought you were at Memorial Stadium. I mean, that's just kind of how magnificent it was. So yeah, I mean, I think UCLA has embraced who they are in this thing. I mean, Haas and I are DC folks, so we kind of understand being in a transient place where sometimes you are not the headliner at your own party. And they fully accepted that this is what it. So they have the far ends of the stadium that have the UCLA scripted in the stands, and those aren't open. The only time those are available is USC. With the people next to me kind of spoke that. Yeah, they'll open it for Cal or UCLA, but otherwise, or USC, but otherwise, those are generally not occupied.
Phenomenal. And we welcome in Haas Tabrizi, who's a little bit tardy. Haas, I got to say, the show starts at 12, not 12:06. Haas Tabrizi, how's it going on a beautiful, well, not beautiful here in Lincoln, Nebraska, but at least the sun's up and the world's still spinning.
I'll give you crap back. I was in the waiting room at 12, but it's all good.
Oh, sorry, Haas. That is then I just, to be fair, the way it looks for us I know you guys can't see my screen. So there's like a little box where I have the option to add Haas to the studio. And I did at one point look down and just see Haas staring, and I was like, "Oh boy, I wonder how long he's been sitting there." So I'll take
No
some
worries.
credit on that.
Hey, when did Nebraska get Christian McCaffrey?
Last year.
They've had him. They've had him. Here's
I've been
the
really
part.
high on him the whole time, by the way.
Yeah, no, all facts that they had him. But what happens is coaches fall in love with their prototype, with their personality type. We know that, right? That you go, okay, this guy plays the way that I want to play, or that I played, and then sometimes you swing and miss, and you have talent right there in the building. Well, he was there in the building, and the late season emergence. I mean, Dowdell was a dude, and they brought him in. Of course, they have a couple of guys who went other places and had success. And I mean, speaking of, I mean, Luke McCaffrey there in DC building an NFL resume, who wasn't given that sort of resource when he was at Nebraska. So it happens. Sometimes, and people want to poo-poo the transfer portal, but sometimes it's actually there for a reason. One, it incites you to get things right, and then two, it gives you an opportunity to correct things. And sometimes you're just in the wrong place. Sometimes the 17 and 18-year-old makes a really bad decision on where they should go to college, and then as they mature, they figure out, hey, there's a better option, and it's there. Emmett decided to stay. He had to get in the portal and be pulled back out of the portal because they recognized he was the best option. And here we go, 1,000-yard rusher and multi-purpose tailback.
Are there, from a non-diehard Nebraska side, are there rumblings on where he would be drafted, just with how explosive he is and how well he breaks tackles and his vision?
Certainly.
Yeah, Harrison. I mean, I think it's fair, right? That a part of the conversation, but Hoff knows me well enough to know to say focus. Like focus. Let the process. Yeah, let the process. He's a junior, first of all. Let him enjoy his current work, his current status, his current production. We always want to be first in identifying talent and potential, but the reality, I mean, y'all know me well enough to know I'd rather be right than first. And he's earned the right. I talked to him before the game yesterday. As a matter of fact, when I called into Harrison for the pregame show, I said he was walking like a man on fire before the game. He had the look. I mean, he was locked in. He saw me. He paused for a second to really just sort of process, but he knew that there was some love waiting for him on the other side, right? And so he came to it and he received, and I just told him, man, be epic tonight. But it was already in him, right? It was already in him. The way I literally described it to Harrison, he's walking like a man on fire before the pregame. Like he knew they were going to lean on him, that he knew they were going to count on him. And so whatever he's going to be next year or even next week against Penn State, whatever that's going to be, bravo. But what it was last night was the apex version of Emmett Johnson. He was everything that the Huskers needed, Husker fandoms needed, that TJ Lateef needed. He was everything that he expected, which is probably the best answer I could give you.
Yeah, he had over 100 yards receiving, 100 yards rushing. First ever back at Nebraska to do it. And the Christian McCaffrey, people dubbing him, the Christian McCaffrey of college football. Some people scoffed at it. If anyone watched the game last night, I mean, that's why people are saying it. This guy's legit. And for anyone who got to watch him for the first time, and in that capacity as well, DP mentioned it. But, that was the game where TJ Lateef looked great. But it just being able to have that 1-2 punch with Emmett Johnson just made TJ Lateef look all that much better as well. It was really great for both of those guys. I mean, we didn't get to Lateef yet, but he also just phenomenal performance for his first time as a true starter on the road. You could say it was back home, but I mean, he was perfect until I want to say late in the third. He had an unreal game himself. And then you put that with Emmett Johnson. It's good to be a Husker. And that's just talking about football. Volleyball, another undefeated weekend. Wrestling, the Friday night duels. And then we did a post-game show with basketball, a post-game show with volleyball, and a post-game show with football, and they all won. all winning post game shows. So it's been an awesome weekend here in Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't know whose idea it was to cover all the sports. I don't know why. What the expectation would be that, days like that would happen and you actually have people there celebrating and talking about it. It's weird thinking to me to see something good and celebrate it. I don't know. I don't know where that comes from.
Almost like
But
a sports radio station or something.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like that you would find the number one program, the volleyball program. Hey, you're talking about the national championship runner-up wrestling program having a post match show. You're talking about basketball having its full opportunity to showcase and be discussed. And let's not wait until end of season to have these discussions. Let's talk about them as they happen. Tracking a thing is the process. It's one thing to talk about the result. It's a whole different thing to be part of the ongoing transitional progress and watching things form. It's a really cool time to be a Husker sports fan, and I'm glad we get the opportunity to sit and talk about it.
Amen. Haas, what do you got?
I mean, there's so much going on in Lincoln. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about for Nebraska, or do we do our usual wrestling?
Well, I mean, Haas, here's the thing. The reformation, rebranding of Husker women's basketball under Amy Williams, having an actual talent in the building that is identified as one of the best in the country in Britt Prince, and her ability to do all things on the court at a high level, even as a true sophomore, a legitimate sophomore. The men's program that's been reformed and rebranded, the return and emergence of Rink Mash, Rink putting up a triple-double, which is only the third in Nebraska history. In the history of it, three. But
We've got history, BP, not to poo-poo on it too much, but
here's the thing to circle. This won't be the only triple-double Rink Mass has this season. Write that down and circle it, that having a 7-footer that puts up that sort of play. It's a conversation we were having about Joker earlier in the week, is that when you have a big that does those things, some will ask you to put them in the box. But with a team that often could put 4 shooters around him, having a big that draws folks out of it, and then having those 4 shooters be able to cut and get layups to get themselves going and get out of funks. And then for him to go and clean the boards, take some of the burden off Berkay and some of the things that are there, watching Jamarcus Lawrence re-evolve. So Husker basketball went Hoiberg, and it's almost Hoiberg basketball. The way they're going to play the game this year in the Big Ten is going to be noticeable. And then, oh, by the way, Friday night in Lincoln, Nebraska, it was a night of goats. It was a night of goats to have Bud Crawford lead the Husker wrestling team in the tunnel walk out into the building, to have the greatest American wrestler ever, Jordan Burrow, roll them out of the building, to have 70 Husker wrestling alumni, national champions everywhere, to raise the 2 banners for Antrell Taylor and Ridge Lovett for winning national champions last year, and the national championship banner. I told Ridge this, and Antrell and I talked about it, that for as long as there's Nebraska wrestling, and as long as there's the Devaney Center, their images and their celebration will be in that building. That's forever. So it's an epic run, right, to get it back and then understand. We talked to Lance Harvell about Husker baseball and that they are already a different version of themselves. And this is a group that won the Big Ten tournament, right? And then, oh, by the way, Rhonda Revelle in softball has the leading candidate, the best softball player in the country, in Jordy Ball, on the roster, prepared to lead this Husker team, an opportunity to actually make it to the softball World Series. So it's an interesting time for Nebraska athletics. And again, it's our job to celebrate when we can, because friction comes. But when you're doing it right, we also should say that too. And it's important to do so.
Well said. Let's see. We got this one quick from text line. You guys can also join in on text line 402-464-5685. Going back to the UCLA game, we do got Bill and Bennett chiming in saying, I bet these stadium music people tried to do Thunderstruck in a sarcastic manner and only fired up the Husker defense. Yeah.
I thought that for a moment, but when the band played Hail Varsity, like the full announcement, and again, you could have just closed your eyes and thought you were at Memorial Stadium. Like, it was just crazy, the number of the number of Husker fans that were in the building. I don't know. It's been 20 years since I spent time at the Rose Bowl on a regular basis when I was out here doing basketball, but I can't recall there being as many opposing fans at the Rose Bowl when it wasn't like the Rose Bowl.
Right.
when it actually wasn't the Rose Bowl, where it's meant to be split in half or in thirds, right? Because you have the host Pac-10 team, Pac-12 team, the Big Ten team, and then you had the local fans who were just football fanatics. Last night, it looked like a Nebraska home football game. It sounded like a Nebraska football game. And for the most part, I mean, again, a 28-7 lead, there's every reason in the world why it would sound that way. But then, again, my favorite thing about this year's group is that in the 2 road wins against Maryland and the 3 road wins. So let's count Kansas City, Maryland, and then last night at UCLA, that they found a way to finish. And a great identity of the culture of a program is your ability to finish games. And when they're road games and in the Big Ten, man, you're doing something.
Yeah, me and Austin Norman, we talked about that, with the expectations of Matt Rule. And, you just look at the season, that's, 4 games now that we win in these close 1-possession games. And in years past, that was the thing everyone was banging their head on the table for, was, oh, look at us, we can never get this part done. Like, maybe you wanted to go make the college football playoffs, and that's good for you to have those expectations. But, when you look at the whole picture, I think if the expectation for Husker football, if you say 8 wins, if you expect them to get 1 more, whether it's Penn State or Iowa, I think if you told most Nebraska fans, like, hey, by year 3, you will be an 8-win program, if things really go well, a 9-win program, I think a lot of fans would be happy. And they'd be like, the year 3 Matt Rule is true. And, just looking to what we're seeing, the team's finishing games. It's special teams are fixed. And when you get in a lot of those close games, special teams made you want to hold your breath. Like, you're not worried about that anymore. And there's a confidence with the guys that wasn't there before. And I hate always picking on Scott Frost, but you could just see it on the sideline. A lot of those games, there was a look to the team that just looked dejected before the clock hit 0. I don't see that same look on the sidelines for Nebraska games anymore. And that's the biggest difference to me through this process.
So the thing that's different this year is all the losses were to, and you guys won't say Minnesota should have been a loss that should have happened, but all the losses were somewhat expected if you look back now. USC, well, we lost our quarterback. Okay, well, USC is in the top quarter of the Big Ten. So, yeah, when you are a top 3 Big Ten team, you can say, we should have won that game. We should have beat Michigan. We should have beat Minnesota. If you do all that, then you're in the top 3 in the Big Ten. Nebraska's not in the top 3 in the Big Ten, but they're not in the bottom third of the Big Ten. And that's the difference. And the games that they would have lost in the past, so a lot of 1-score games that they would have lost, they're winning now. And it takes just being around, being in a program together. It takes time together to be able to do that. So if you guys get upset for going 1-1 in your last 2 games, I don't know what to say about that. You guys should probably enjoy. It's like, no. We should definitely beat Penn State. We should definitely beat Iowa. Penn State should have beat Indiana. There's a very good chance they'll beat Nebraska. No, not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. They're still Penn State. Before the season, they were a top 3 team.
Yeah, the talent's all still there, Haas, to your point. And it's like, what version of Penn State? If you're going to get a motivated, fired up Penn State, that's a damn good football team still. I mean, that talent is still all over that field. And we got to see that versus Indiana. That was a game they wanted to wake up for, and they almost had it. And Mendoza was one of the craziest completions of the year. And also incredible call by the ref. Ref deserves a highlight in that, too.
Jeez. And then Iowa, like the Thanksgiving game, like it's Iowa. So yeah, they kick the weather yesterday for Iowa definitely caused a lot of that. They don't punt as much as they used to. Their MVP being their punter, they're a little bit better than that. But it's still Iowa. So Nebraska fans, I'm sorry to be real. You go 1-1 over your next 2 games. You had a good season for the regular season.
100%. We talked about it, that it will be a week-to-week process, which is why when the conversations lean to all the peripheral stuff, right? All of the national awards, the Big Ten awards. No, that's not how you're going to accomplish anything you want to accomplish as a team. The idea is that from week to week, and now you're in a bye week, right? So now you got a chance to heal up a little bit, regroup, kind of fine tune some things, and add some things to it. But the reality is this: go 1-0. But there's no other focus. Iowa doesn't even exist because Penn State's lurking. And that's the most important thing. And if we said that you walk into this thing, one team has 3 wins, one has 3 losses, the likelihood is that the majority of people would have bet that Penn State had the three losses. That's the reality. And so I don't care about the logos on the helmet, the numbers on the helmet, the well-known brands that exist between Penn State and Nebraska. Just focus and figure out how to do the things, how to finely tune those things that you did last night, and then do them again at Beaver Stadium and State College. That's they've already proven they can be beaten there. Yeah, it's not the vault that it used to be. So go in and handle your business, and then let the rest of the stuff take care of itself.
Haas, final statements before we go to our first break here.
Hey, I guess for Penn State fans, it's a good thing Nebraska's not a top 5 team, because geez, how do they keep blowing games against top 5 teams?
Yeah, that is a good point. If we were top 5, I'd almost feel really good about a win there. But we do got to go to break here. This one from John and Cortland, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. He said, good to learn this year with those tight games. Next year, the experience will help them to overcome those situations. And absolutely, especially if you take a peek at the schedule. You never want to get too far ahead of yourself, but it's kind of similar to what Wisconsin has this year. So Nebraska's certainly going to want to lean on that a little bit. But we got Throat to Break. Don't go anywhere. We got Haas Tabrizi, DP streaming in. This is The Breeze. Harrison Arn's back at the Ticket Studio. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
What's it take to be a mentor with big brothers, big sisters? It takes 30 minutes and a cup of coffee. A video game, best 2 out of 3. It takes sharing thumbs up emojis, clapping emojis, and loaded nachos at halftime. That's how you make an impact on a young kid's life. So go on, share a few hours a month, because mentorship may sound huge, but the truth is, it takes little to be big. To learn more, volunteer, or donate, go to bebignow.org.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Tabrizi Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Tabrizi Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got DP Haas streaming in. You guys are always welcome to join in, as you have been, the Starter Heyman text line or any of the streams. We do not have NFL on the brick and mortar. Those guys will pick it back up at 2:30. So we are live up until then, and we got, I think we got two more games on the NFL brick later today on the brick and mortar. And if you want to stay local, download that Ticket app, and that will keep it local for you. Haas Tabrizi, the floor is yours. Where do you want to start?
Okay, gents. I was watching the MLB Network last night, and one of the greatest games in the 21st century was the Game 4 in the Yankees and Red Sox in the ALCS. Do you believe that game was better than Game 7 of the World Series?
No. unless I'm missing something.
They're different. They're different. So Harrison and I late night we get into these discussions over best and you never really reach what you're trying to reach. I think it's easy enough to just say that the most recent thing is the most important thing, but it's also not the only thing. What that game 4 was doing in its moment was much bigger than game 7. This particular game 7, because that game 4 changed how Major League Baseball was going to be played and how it was thought of and perceived at the time. And it was necessary because you weren't in the full social media age and engagement that we're talking about now. All the data points weren't available. All of the access to the athletes and coaches and the teams wasn't available. So the moment in that game 4 was big. The game that was actually being played and the risk, I mean, that goes back. There are several others. I mean, Joe Carter, Toronto, that's pretty big to finish the way you finished. Ozzie Smith, St. Louis hitting a home run. Kirk Gibson against Dennis Eckersley, dragging himself off the bench. There are a ton of moments. Reggie and the Dodgers, there's tons of moments that unto themselves in that moment that they were iconic. And the only way we get to this year's game 7 was to have all those others happen exactly as they did. So big, best, better, amazing. Yes. Phenomenal. Correct. Best, because the others, that's just the fruit of seeds planted by the others. Does that make sense?
So I understand what you're trying to say. The bigger side of what you're trying to say could also be the Red Sox getting rid of the curse, the Red Sox finally dethroning the Yankees, Pedro not having to call them his daddy anymore, like all those things, like that's bigger. But the moments in that game 7, that I'm saying the game 7 in Toronto is bigger than the game 1 grand slam by Freddie Freeman. And that Freddie Freeman grand slam for me is bigger than Gibby coming off the bench and hitting that homer off Eckersley. I understand Eckersley was unhittable. It's just it was a walk-off.
He was the GOAT. He was the GOAT. Let's be clear what Eck and the A's were doing. And remember, that's an A's lineup with Ricky Henderson, Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire. Like we're talking about a group. Like so, and we're talking about those Yankees and Red Sox when, quite frankly, literally both of those lineups are etched deeply. There are people who aren't going to know Toronto's lineup. Matter of fact, people just watched them and couldn't roll off the Toronto lineups. So.
No. Hey, Toronto, stop. Toronto's lineup was pretty good. Like
compared to what? Compared to the A's lineup or the Dodgers lineup back in the day? Wait a minute. I can go through if you want to go through all the way down to Steve Yeager. Like if you want to
crediting Toronto and how good they were, and that bothered me. They were saying that Yamamoto's performance in the World Series wasn't as impressive as Bumgarner's, and he played a KC team that didn't really have anyone in the lineup. So we gotta give
the Nebraska football fans are now going to immediately turn KC Royals baseball fans and come after you. They're going to come get you for that. I'm going to let you know in advance.
In 2014, the Royals had a better overall team slugging than Toronto did this year.
Bro, I'm going again. Those metrics were not of value in 2014. Those weren't things. These are made up analytics in very specific cases to fit a discussion and a narrative. That wasn't what baseball was. We don't know. We don't listen. If you ask me about the early Yankees, the 19 Yankees, we don't know their hitting profiles. We don't know runs against. We don't know any of that. Like, we don't know what Thurman Munson's throwout percentage was. We don't know what Reggie's strike launch angles were. Listen. Stop. You can make it what you want it to be, but the reality is it's not a part of what the majority of people. If you want to go through Bill Russell, Davey Loeb, Steve Garvey, Dusty Baker, Los Angeles Dodgers, and who they were going against, that, oh my goodness gracious, they were locked and loaded from across the. You want to go? Tell me the Big Red Machine that any team that played against, because quite frankly, the 69 Orioles winning and the 71 Orioles playing against the Big Red Machine, those two lineups and those epic series where Brooke Robinson did things that they still haven't found analytics for. But you have to give respect to it. I understand you're saying this was amazing. This was fantastic. But hey, bro, I watched the amazing Mets do it with numbers that you can't even find. You can't name two people off the 69 off the amazing Mets. And here's the thing: how beautiful it was, right? That they had dudes in their bullpen who made the Hall of Fame that you're never going to talk about as being members of of those amazing Mets teams. Baseball is a far greater reaching thing than what was most recent. Most recent is just what sells tickets now. But us old heads, listen, man. We got the stories. We got the stories. You can tell me whatever you want. Thurman Munson is still one of the great postseason players ever that you never talk about.
So let me ask you this, and Harrison, we'll see the lawyer who can speak any angle, handle this one. Who's the greatest baseball player of all time, DP?
The greatest baseball player of all time has to be Willie Mays. How he did it, how he went about doing it. I mean, because, hey, Haas, defensively, that stuff matters. Okay. If you're asking me about the greatest 5-tool player, and that's an analytic that folks will have put into play forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Some will say Babe Ruth. Some will say, you know what? They're different eras. If you said Willie Mays, he played the game of baseball better than anybody I've ever seen.
Okay. Better than Bonds and better than Ruth.
Yeah, played the game better. Bond said so himself. Bond said so. Right? But hey, said what he said. He said what he said. You don't get to imply what the man actually said. I mean, one of the GOATs said what he said. Now, is Bonds the greatest hitter to ever live? Oh, we still don't have. We still just need to admit he was an alien. No matter how he did it or what was in play, nobody did what that dude did.
I will say this. Michael, my youngest, while watching every Dodger game and seeing the ball leave Dodger Stadium, said, imagine if he took steroids. I was like, what? He's like, imagine if Ohtani took steroids. Imagine how far that ball would go.
Wait a minute. Are you saying he's never done an illegal thing in baseball?
What steroids?
Oh, is he above? Wait a minute. Are you willing to go die on the hill that says at the end of Ohtani's career, it'll be said that he never took a supplement or a steroid? Is that the hill you want to die on? Boy, listen, I know our children need. I know our children need superheroes, but sir, I'm
What
no
steroids has Ohtani been accused of?
No.
Same ones LeBron has.
Yeah, get him, Harrison. Get him. Like, I understand it's what it is. Quite frankly, we know from a technology standpoint, there are advancements that often steroid testing is playing catch up to what's actually happening. And if somebody is off the metric, there's a reason why they're off the metric. There's always a reason why they're off the metric.
I'm not gonna fall for you. I'm not gonna let you stir the pot. There's no.
You brought it up.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Nebraska wears blue jerseys. That's my
all
only
I'm saying.
argument.
All I'm saying. Well, first of
Nebraska
all,
plays really well in their blue jerseys.
Barry Bonds would have been a Hall of Famer pre that.
I'm off. Trust me. As a Dodger fan, I know that Barry Bonds would have hit home runs 430 feet instead of 450, or 440 instead of 460, or 470 instead
Imagine
of
if Willie Mays took steroids. There.
Okay.
Imagine if Babe Ruth took steroids.
Imagine
if Babe Ruth wasn't swinging a 42 ounce bat. Imagine if he had today's technology. Imagine if he had the type
playing against athletes, against Latinos that were good and colored people.
You mean people of color?
Babe Ruth played against
You mean people of color? Did you say?
Yes, I'm saying like there was no athletes then. Now they're all these superstar athletes.
Okay, so first of all, the argument that yesteryear's athletes weren't the athletes that exist now, I don't know. Jesse Owens would still be one of the great athletes on the planet if he put up the numbers he put up then. Now, stop saying that. That is new age to say that stop it.
Babe Ruth was athletic looking.
Babe Ruth, no, don't go into that nonsensical thinking that body type dictates athleticism. Stop. The guy the guy could have been a college basketball player. He could have been a college football player. Jim Thorpe didn't look like today's athlete. Jesse Owens didn't look like today's athlete. Muhammad Ali didn't look like today's athlete.
Barry Bonds could have hit 103 miles per hour. I know that. I don't know if Babe Ruth even could see what 103 miles per hour was.
Man, you were putting yourself in some dark corners, man. Like that is some weird. That's like to say that your father couldn't compete today.
He couldn't.
Haas, what do you make of Jokic in the NBA today then? And what is one of the most athletic spaces out there?
Jokic is playing against super athletes right now and dominating.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the body type, so how does that make sense?
It's not that. It's being able to react to the athleticism of today.
There are guys who play today who don't have, because based on metric, Dylan Raiola doesn't have the athleticism, the core athleticism, those boxes checks, those analytical boxes to be checked to play the game the way TJ Lateef does. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have bad. Patrick Holmes has a different skill set than Josh Allen, which is a different skill set from Lamar Jackson, which is a different skill set from Jalen Hurts. You can say all of those things. It's mental laziness to use them as a part of validation or discrediting. It's mental laziness. That's really the perfect definition of it.
You're telling me it's easier to hit now than it was 100 years ago?
I'm saying in the space, you don't control when you were born or what era you played in. How you dominate in the era that you're in is the metric.
Not only that, here's the difference now versus, you could say that, but pitchers back then didn't tear their arms. They pitched 9 innings because they were trying to save themselves. They were trying to go complete games. Now they pitch 5 innings and then they let someone else with 102 come in, then 103, and then 101.
Bob Gibson could have thrown 102. Bob Gibson threw at 96 because that was when he could control it and his arm wouldn't fatigue. And no pitching coach had some dumb computer analytic telling him, hey, Bob, pump it up at 101 and throw it for 17 pitches because that's the maximum number of 101 mile an hour pitches you can throw in a live Major League Baseball game. That's
the
nuts.
reason that Kershaw retired because he's pitching like pitchers from 30, 40 years ago. He could barely throw 88.
Explain to me how Greg Maddux is on the Mount Rushmore pitchers.
Greg Maddux would get lit up right now.
I'd cut off his microphone. Turn off his camera. Cut off his microphone.
Unless he's going to do the undercover Greg Maddux, he's going to get lit up.
That may be the worst take in the history of 93.7 The Ticket. That may be the worst take in the history of 93.7 The Ticket. And I'm ashamed. I apologize publicly to all of our listeners. I apologize to his family. I apologize to his kids. Your father was having a difficult moment, and he is not responsible for that. Listen to Tabrizi, kids. It's going to be okay. Uncle DP is here. We're going to get this right, because there is no way.
You don't want to say how great Otani is. That's how much you don't want to say Otani. How great Otani is.
Yeah, it's the Lord's Day. You got to give it a rest, man. It's supposed to be a day of joint celebration. This is the breeze. You got to love it. Always agreement here. Don't go anywhere. We got one more segment on the other side.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. Final segment on The Breeze, 93.7 The Ticket. Haas, Tabrizi, Harrison Arns, DP, all joining you for one last segment for about 5 minutes or so. Haas, the floor is yours as always.
So for wrestling, for Saturday night main event, for the show that we get to hang out together, DP, there's going to be a 16-man tournament for John Cena to figure out his final opponent. So are they going to do a 16-man tournament and then The Rock just says, nah, you're out, I'm in? Are they going to do that? Is that the storyline?
I'm okay with it. I can't profess to having a real good vantage when it comes to what the ideal is. There's several options, and I don't think any of them will be considered bad, because if they think it's good for business, it'll be good for business. But there's also some legacy to work from, that the Flair, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker type of leverage kind of stands as a North Star, that what you're aspiring to do with this moment. And then it becomes a matter that, one, what moment, what is John Cena worth in this moment? Like, what is the legacy of John Cena worth, and how you want it to be captured, how you want it to be told? I think that if The Rock is the answer, I'm good with it. If it's Kurt Angle, I'm good with it. If it's Triple H, I'm good with it. I don't want any of the new guys in the space. Sorry. Randy Orton, it has to be legendary, and there just aren't that many legends. So that's the one caveat that I would put, the asterisk I would put beside it. Please let him be legendary. Please let him be a Hall of Famer. Please let him be worthy of John Cena's final bow. That's what I want from it. I don't care. I just don't want any of the new guys in that space. I think John deserves better.
Yeah, I don't see The Rock or any of those guys fighting 4 matches between now and Saturday night main event. So they're kind of putting themselves in a hole here, where it's like, we're going to put 16 people out there. We're going to surprise you with 1 or 2 of them. But how do you, if LA Knight wins the tournament, or Gunther wins the tournament, is there going to be uproar by the newer fans that they get taken out for a legend? Because we had that happen at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I mean, but those people were wrong, and it's okay for them to be wrong.
They were wrong, and we won. They definitely were. They robbed us of a freaking main event of Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania 40.
They were wrong. Listen, what we know about society now is that loud people are often wrong. The loudest are often wrong, right? They're just, sorry. We're in that business.
Something blue in one hand and something red in the other. And just start
Right.
going.
Right. Like, the loud ones are often wrong. And again, I'd much rather be right. Well, I hope that Hunter and crew are more interested in getting it right than getting it loud and being the most profound. Oh, get it right. Get it right, and then determining what right is the big facet. What does Cena's exit deserve?
Well
Can
said,
he win
Haas.
a belt before then? Can he win the belt that he hasn't won, or another world heavyweight before then?
30 seconds, Haas, Tabrizi. Just rapid fire here.
Well, I mean, is that what you want?
I wouldn't.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But that means he's got to beat a lesser than.
He's going to beat Dom in San Diego. That'd be worth it.
Okay.
We'll have to wait and see. All right. That is Haas Tabrizi. That is Derek Pearson. I am Harrison Arns. Don't go anywhere, though. We're going to keep it rolling right here. 93.7 The Ticket. We will join you guys again next Sunday, as always.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president